Hey guys, what's going on? Jared here, Dex and Dice, Ramblings of an LGS owner. I believe maybe have the PC thing figured out. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what happens, right? So, anywho, today is not going to be a insert business stuff. Well, it's going to be business related, but like it's not going to be collection shit, sets, all that good stuff. Honestly, I'm a little burnt out on talking about that. Um, if by now you have not cultivated enough of that information to figure it the fuck out for yourself, I got nothing for you, buddy. Nothing for you. So, anyways, and here I am less than a minute into the video and I've already cussed. I am never going to be advertiser friendly. No one is ever going to want to, like, I don't know, partner up or whatever to offer me monies to show their stuff. So I guess I probably need to just go ahead and relegate that idea to the trash bin and carry on with life. So, anyways, today we will talk about if you actually do start up an LGS. So I just lost half of you there because most of you are just flipper dipper basement sellers, and nothing wrong with that. I'm just throwing some shade at you because I can. Love you. But if you do decide to start an LGS, you do not have to know every aspect there is as far as like every game that was ever made, how to play every game that was ever made, every game that you decide to carry. You don't have to know everything about every accessory that you carry. Nothing like that, guys. Okay? I understand that you want to, and you automatically assume that since someone runs an LGS or whatever, they have a vast knowledge base on everything that they carry. They don't. They might know a lot about one or two of the games that they carry, but past that, man, they most likely don't have the time, bandwidth, or whatever to sit down and learn everything. This is why when you do open a shop, your first year or two, you're going to be kind of struggling. You're going to stick to the game that you know or games that you know because you can talk about it and all that, which is fine. But you are going to reach a point where you're going to have to, what's been the word of the fucking quarter? Diversify into other games. And you might not know anything about that game. Or might not care to actually learn anything about that game just because it doesn't interest you at all. And that's okay. You don't need to know everything about everything that you carry. This is why you generally, like in my situation, I'm retired from card games, okay? I played the crap out of Magic back in the day, and that's pretty much about it. I might pick up Cyberpunk when it comes out just because my kid seems to be pretty enthusiastic about it. But past that, I couldn't care less, to be completely honest with you. But again, that's okay because pretty much every game that I run in this shop has a pretty good community. And you know what every one of those communities has? They have like if you want to call them a champion. It's one or two people that are passionate about the game, they understand the game, they know how to play it, all that good stuff. They can answer ruling calls, etc., etc. These are the kind of people that you need to start looking for, start cultivating, all that good stuff. When and if, which it's not an if, it's a when, you start branching out into other games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or whatever games that you don't know but you want to start carrying, you'll need to find a champion sooner rather than later. And everybody does this. I don't care who the fuck you are. Everyone does this. You find yourself a TO, and you give them a discount, you give them free product or heavily discounted product. They get special promos, like, most places send like judge packs and stuff like that with prize support, and you give them the judge packs, all that good stuff. Just because of their expertise and because they help move, sell the product, keep the, community there alive and well and flourishing. So you need to take care of them. But you yourself, you do not need to know everything. Ask Rob, ask Louie, ask Mason, ask Kevin, Rogue Deck Builder. They might know the shit out of one or two different games, but past that, they don't know everything in their shop. They really don't. And that's fine, because they have TOs, they have their champions, they hire people to fill those gaps, because there's just so much crap that you're never going to be able to fill it. Same thing goes with like accessories, man. Everything is a deck box or a backpack or whatever. You can generalize stuff on that, but like realistically, how hype can you make a fucking deck box unless it looks like phenomenal? Like Arcane Fortress does really good shit. Shout out to Arcane Fortress, like, you guys are badass. Love you. But yeah, so when and if you do decide to actually go the brick and mortar route, don't worry about not knowing everything. You're not going to know everything, and you're going to reach a point to where you are going to be able to like hire people or find yourself a champion or something to bring in other stuff and sell other things, and not constantly be the go-to guy and either horribly mess up, but I'm holding a One Piece card. Horribly mess up by trying to be the guy that knows everything and try to like bullshit your way through conversations. People can see that a mile away. Just be honest with people like I am. Be like, dude, I have no idea. I really don't. I'm sorry. I know I own this place, but like I have a person for X, Y. They're not here yet. Can you come back after 2 or something like that? One Piece days are our Tuesdays. Like come talk to Roger. He's badass. He will set you up just nice. Now, I'm not saying that you yourself can't deal with like trades and buying the cards and all that good stuff. Any chucklefuck can look up stuff on TCG Player and be like, yeah, okay, this is this, and we'll take it or whatever. Caveat about that is you do want to kind of defer to your TOs or your champions or whatever. Talk to them, be like, hey, what should I start actually looking for to take in? So that way when they're not here, you can do the trades and all that good stuff, right? So whenever you figure that one out, have a good rapport with them, they'll lead you in the right direction. Also, if for some reason like you aren't there or whatever to do trades, and like your employee that might be working for you that night doesn't know what's going on or whatever, if you're comfortable with it, give your champions or your TOs, whatever the hell you want to call them, guys. I'm going to say both forever and a day. Give them the go-ahead to do the trade. Look through the binder, look through the stack of cards or whatever, pull out what you would want. Give them the go-ahead to do that. And then if they're not an employee or whatever, have them bring it up to your employee and be like, hey man, this is what you guys want, and let the employee handle it from there. Because there's this huge misconception about you need to know everything that you carry. You don't. There's also a weird misconception that you need to carry everything in the like nerd sphere, from TCGs, board games, tabletop war games, D&D. You don't. Is it nice to be able to like have that bankroll to bring in all that shit and cover all those bases? Yes, it is. One day I would hope to be able to do that myself. However, I know that I won't go like balls out on that because I don't want to lose the shop's identity as a TCG first shop, right? I don't want to be covered up with like plushies. I don't want to be covered up with just random knickknacks, little tchotchkes, all that good shit. Like, they're cool to have, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to become like a fucking, I don't know, like a GameStop, you know, where like games have become secondary and tchotchkes and everything else is first. Um, but anyways, you don't have to worry about that. If that's one of your big things for not wanting to actually start a shop, you know, like I've said in many other videos, get yourself that 400 square foot shop and just start. If you're worried about that, don't worry about that. If you are starting a 400 square foot shop, you're not going to have the room for the shit anyways. So focus on what you know and then grow from there. But I know that a lot of you have probably, if you make it to this mark, you're probably like, this motherfucker doesn't know anything. Yes and no, man. Like, I don't know everything. Yes, I am a glorified retard. Yes, I'm using the word. But obviously, what I'm doing, as I like to say, what I'm doing works because I'm still here and kicking and have been for 5 years. So, like, just because it seems counterintuitive to not know everything doesn't mean you have to. Um, just, yeah, just figure it out. Hire someone to cover it. Like I said, find a champion. There's ways around it, man. Where there's a will, there's a way. It goes back to what Rar said about, you know, not everyone has the motivation or whatever to problem solve and look at the bigger picture or whatever the hell he said. Sorry, guy, I don't remember exactly. If you can't do something simple like that, you might as well throw in the towel anyways and not even have started doing this if you can't simple problem solve like that, okay? But yeah. Anyways, gotta go. All that good stuff. Constantly busy. Remember, life is not a dick. You don't have to take it so hard. You're a trash can, not a trash can. And do me a favor, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe, because like I think 55% of you that watch these aren't subscribed. Even if you're like watching to hate watch, just give me the sub, okay? Like, at least do me that solid. Comment, all that good stuff, get the algorithm going, because let's be honest, this is a really niche part of the hobby, and I believe I have already pissed people off that have probably tried to, you know, bury me or something, which is fine, whatever, I'm gonna keep doing me. But just help a mofo out, you know. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You spend 10 seconds of your day hitting the like button, hitting subscribe, and, you know, carrying on with your life and watching the stuff so I get my watch time up so I can, you know, monetize this. Yes, I'm after monetization. I'm a greedy businessman. I know, terrible, isn't it? Anyways, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.